The Julio Foolio murder case, a fifth suspect is arrested. The latest updates. Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio was shot and killed at a Holiday Inn in Tampa early Sunday morning, according to his attorney. Charles Andrew Jones II, who performs under the stage name Julio Foolio, was celebrating his 26th birthday at a party he advertised on Instagram. According to his attorney, Louis Fusco, Jones had too many people at the Inn, where the party was hosted, and had to leave. He got a room at a Holiday Inn across from the University of South Florida, where he was basically ambushed in the parking lot, Fusco told News4Jax. Tampa police tentatively identified the victim in the shooting as Jones and said 3 others were shot and are being treated at a local hospital. Their condition was listed as stable. The mass shooting was one of 11 around the country over the weekend and the 19th to happen in Florida this year, according to data from the Gun Violence Archive. Who is Julio Foolio? Jones, who labeled himself as an independent artist, was a Jacksonville rapper who grew up in Moncrief. He started getting noticed with his Soulja K called Dirty Sticks and was ranked 13th on the top 20 Florida rappers fall list by Say Cheese TV. In July 2018, he created his breakout mixtape collaboration, Six Tuven, with legendary producer Zaytoven. He often rapped about friends who were murdered. 15 before he was 20, according to his Spotify bio, and talked about music as therapy. I love music because I can hear a beat sometimes, he told Eric Wells for Complex, and I feel like it's talking to me. But it was the feud between him and Young Janace and his songs mocking fallen rivals that brought him national attention. 1.1 million followers on Instagram and over 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Foolio has released 10 albums, including his latest in April, Resurrection. I am deeply saddened to hear about the passing of Foolio. Fusco posted to an Instagram story. While most people knew him as the controversial rapper and entertainer, I was fortunate enough to know Charles Jones, the man beyond the public persona. He was a kid who grew up in challenging circumstances, determined to defy the odds by any means possible and succeed in all that he did. His journey was marked by resilience and a deep-seated desire to strive for greatness. Was Julio Foolio in a gang war? Jones belonged to the Jacksonville gang KTA, which has been feuding for years with the gang AK. Jacksonville rapper Young Janace, real name Kenyatta Bullard, is the star of AK. The two groups grew out of the rap subculture drill rap, which focuses on drug culture, guns, and gang violence. The feud went from violent to deadly in 2017 when Jones' cousin, Zion Malik Brown, 18, was shot and killed. 2 girls, ages 9 and 15, suffered multiple gunshot wounds, according to police. DeAndre Jacques Thomas, an associate of Bullard, was arrested and charged. The next June, Bullard and 3 other teens were shot while celebrating the rapper's brother's birthday at a restaurant. Bullard was shot 8 times, but the other 3, including his brother, Trevon Bullard, 18, died. Jones made several posts on social media glorifying the killings and showing off a mocking t-shirt with a photo of one of the slain teens, saying, "I'm getting a new t-shirt made for my show." In 2019, Willie Addison, who rapped as Boss Goon, was shot and killed outside the Paradise Gentlemen's Club where he had just performed, FirstCoastNews.com reported. Several of his family members and family members of ATK rapper Hakeem Robinson, known as XU, were injured. Soon after that, Robinson was charged in separate incidents for the deaths of Charles Quentin McCormick Jr., a KTA rapper who performed as Lil Buck, and Jones' close friend, Adrian Dennard Gaynor Jr., 16, also known as Vivi. In 2021, Jones was shot at and injured while getting out of his vehicle. "Y'all miss a whole 100 shots literally," he said on Instagram hours later. He was also shot in Houston, Texas in July 2020, an event that rival Jacksonville rapper Fast Money Goon talked about in a viral music video, Who I Smoke. Last October, Jones was shot in the foot when the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office said It appears that the suspect or suspects were waiting for the victim and ambushed him. The car he was driving was riddled with bullet holes, FirstCoastNews.com reported. Over 5+ attempts on my life, and am still here, a real demigod, he posted in January, along with a new song depicting himself singing from a wheelchair about people trying to kill a superstar. These last couple months/years of my life have been tragic, Jones posted on Instagram in April. God been trying to send me a message, multiple attempts on my life. I keep surviving. I keep losing my brothers to jail and graveyards, but I know the Most High doing everything for a reason. He let me walk again for a reason. What happened to Julio Foolio? Mr. Jones had been in Tampa to celebrate his birthday over the weekend, Fusco said in a news release. Law enforcement reports indicate that he initially stayed at an Airbnb, but was asked to leave due to exceeding occupancy limits. He subsequently relocated to the Holiday Inn, where he was involved in an incident in the hotel parking lot and reportedly ambushed. Instagram posts by Jones showed a pool party at an Airbnb and a birthday party at Teasers, a gentleman's club in Tampa. The Tampa Police Department said it received a 911 call regarding a shooting at the 11,606 McKinley Drive Hotel at approximately 4:40 a.m., and officers observed 2 vehicles that had been shot at in the parking lot. 4 people were injured in the shooting, police said, with 1 person pronounced dead. 3 other victims were treated at a local hospital. Police are investigating what led up to the shooting. The agency has not released a description of the shooter or shooters. God, thank you for allowing me to see another year and to celebrate another birthday, Jones posted in one of his last X posts. Appreciate all the birthday wishes so far. What do ATK and KTA stand for in Jacksonville? The meaning behind the names remains hidden. Jacksonville Police and the U.S. Attorney's Office claim that ATK stands for Ace's Top Killers, although other sources have said it means ace to kill or aim to kill. A representative for Yunjin Ace and Ksu disputed all of these definitions in an email after this article was initially published, and Ace himself has avoided explaining ATK in public for years. Everybody keeps asking me, what AK mean? Everybody come up with their own names, Ace said in a 2021 TikTok. Don't nobody in the world know what ATK means. I got, like everybody, all my fans, everybody in the world screaming ATK, but nobody knows what they screaming for. You know what I'm saying. He said, so I don't really like telling people the meaning because there's a real meaning behind it. KTA has been said to stand for Kill Them All, the U.S. Attorney's Office said, who has been arrested in Julio Foolio's death. On July 27, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arrested Isaiah Jermaine Chance, 21, Alicia Latoya Andrews, 21, and Sean Andrew Gathright, 18. The Tampa Police Chief said warrants are issued for 2 others. Davian Vershard Murphy, 27, and Rashid Tradian Murphy, 30. The latter was arrested the next day, while Davian Murphy remained a fugitive. All are charged with first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm and conspiracy to commit first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm. They were members of or affiliated with rival gangs of Jones, Aki, and 1200. Jones was part of the 6-block gang, though he's also been linked with KTA. Detectives believe that the Aki and the 1200 worked together to target Jones as part of an ongoing feud in Jacksonville. Gathright and the Murphys are the accused shooters. Evidence released against gang suspects. Motions to deny bail for 3 of the co-defendants in the orchestrated murder plot of Charles Andrew Jones II spell out in great detail the demise of the Jacksonville rapper whose stage name was Julio Foolio. Jones was ambushed, shot, and killed celebrating his 26th birthday in the parking lot of a Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Initial reports said it was a Holiday Inn that was next door, across from the University of South Florida in Tampa on June 23. 3 others were wounded. On July 27, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arrested Sean Andrew Gathright, 18, Isaiah Jermaine Chance, 21, and Alicia Latoya Andrews, 21. 3 days later, SWAT officers arrested Rashad Travian Murphy, 30, leaving one fugitive suspect with an outstanding warrant, Davian Vershard Murphy, 27. All are facing charges of first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm and conspiracy to commit first-degree premeditated murder with a firearm, while Gathright and the Murphys also face 3 counts of attempted murder. Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkhaw said during a news conference announcing the initial arrests that it was part of a long-term gang feud and that ATK and the 1200 worked together to target Jones of the 6-block gang. He said Gathright and the Murphys are believed to be the ones who did the actual shooting. The state filed 18-page motions for pretrial detention or to deny bail for the first 3 defendants, Hillsborough County Court records show. Rashad Murphy still remains in the Duval County Jail, and as of Thursday had not shown up in Hillsborough court files. Highlights from the details include: spent rifle casings found in Gathwright's vehicle are linked with a May 23 homicide and a prior attempt to kill Jones last year. Rashad Murphy had initially been arrested a few days afterward on June 26 in Georgia but released. On June 27, search warrants were executed at Chance's home, where Andrews also was, and at Gathwright's home, where multiple weapons were found at each. A text message from one of the defendants' phones read, "I'm coming home, my thirst is quenched. Pop a bottle of Don Julio today." Deemed an apparent reference to Jones. 31 9mm Glock spent shell casings were recovered at the scene, but none from rifles, because the 2 AR-style weapons seen in security video had devices attached to collect them. One of the 3 other wounded victims was in another vehicle. Gathright, Chance, and Andrews are all being represented by the 13th Judicial Circuit Public Defender's Office and had pretrial hearings scheduled for Thursday afternoon. What else did the motions say about the Julio Foolio arrests? The following is all attributed to court records. The investigation shows that on June 22, the defendants traveled in a silver Chevrolet Cruze and a black Chevrolet Impala from Jacksonville to Tampa, where Jones had posted on his Instagram he would be celebrating his 26th birthday. They had also rented an Airbnb there. On June 23, Chance and girlfriend Andrews were in the Cruze. They tracked and followed Jones and his entourage to 2 locations in Tampa: Teaser's Gentlemen's Club and Truth 18 nightclub, where Jones was scheduled to make appearances. At both locations, Chance can be seen on video surveillance, using a cell phone to communicate with Gathright, who was in the Impala. The Impala then arrived at those locations. Both vehicles then followed Jones to the scene where the homicide later occurred at the Home 2 Suites. The victim was traveling in a 3-car convoy with other friends and acquaintances. At Home 2 Suites, the Cruze drove by the victim's parked vehicles twice about 4:30 a.m. and then parked at the side of the building. A few minutes later, the 3 occupants of the Impala got out and began shooting at the victim's vehicles. The front windshield of the Dodge Charger that Jones was riding in was struck multiple times, killing him and injuring 2 others. The back window of a Nissan Altima that was about 10 feet away from Jones' Charger also was struck multiple times, hitting another victim. The Times-Union is not naming the other victims for their safety. 2 of the shooters had AR-style rifles that had bags attached to the ejection port side, consistent in appearance to black mesh brass catchers. Brass catchers are designed to be attached to rifles for the purpose of collecting spent casings as they are ejected from the firearm, preventing them from falling on the ground. The 3rd shooter had a pistol. The muzzle rate of the flashes on video, along with the impacts on the windshield, made it apparent the pistol was firing at a fully automatic rate and left behind 31 9mm spent shell casings that were recovered. They were determined to have likely been fired by a Generation 5 Glock. A license plate reader search was conducted for all vehicles matching the make, model, and year range of the suspect vehicles, having likely traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa. The results revealed an Impala registered at Gathwright's address and a Cruze registered to a female who was confirmed to have shared an address with a Murphy brother in prison. The license plate reader search determined both vehicles left the Jacksonville area in the afternoon of June 22. Around the same time, Jones began posting on Instagram where he was staying. Following the shootings, the crews traveled back toward Jacksonville and the Impala east toward Polk County. On June 26, the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office in Georgia located the crews pulling into a hotel parking lot in Norcross. Deputies attempted a traffic stop, at which point the lone occupant, later identified as Rashad Murphy, got out and ran. He was arrested on misdemeanor charges of obstruction and providing false information to law enforcement. Examination of the crews when compared to the video surveillance at the homicide scene showed matching damage on the rear passenger side. The motion does not say whether Murphy was questioned about the homicide case while in Georgia's custody. Also on June 26, the Impala was located in Polk County, near the home of a family member of Gathright. That person told investigators Gathright called on June 23, saying he was on his way to visit and arrived in the Impala sometime during the evening. According to the family member, Gathright said he had given a ride to a couple of friends. He ate dinner at the home before returning to Jacksonville in a Toyota 4Runner registered to Gathwright's mother. He left the Impala but removed items that he took with him in the 4Runner. When the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office conducted a traffic stop of the 4Runner, Gathright was driving on June 26. An officer located a Glock 9mm semi-automatic pistol in the center console. The search also revealed a bag with 223 rifle live rounds and approximately 9 rifle spent casings. But nothing matched the casings recovered from the Tampa shooting. The spent rifle casings did have a presumptive match, awaiting Florida Department of Law Enforcement confirmation, to 2 prior shootings. One was a May 23 fatal shooting in close proximity to a girlfriend of Chance. The victim, 41-year-old Byron Wesley Walker, was shot multiple times in the 10,500 block of Maidstone Cove Drive. The second shooting was a prior attempt on Jones' life on October 7, 2023. The rapper was ambushed driving a Dodge Charger that was shot up in the 3100 block of West 16th Street, but only suffered a wound to a foot. On June 27, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant at Gathwright's home. A gun safe was located with multiple rifles and at least one equipped with a brass catcher. 2 9mm spent casings were also found in the same safe and were a presumptive match to those found at the scene of Jones' killing in Tampa. On the same day, officers simultaneously executed a search warrant at Chance's home, where Andrews also was present. Officers observed in plain sight 2 Glock 9mm and a poster on Chance's bedroom wall of a drawing with fists making a thumbs down symbol and the words "bully down." Detectives believe it was referring to Jones. Although multiple Glocks were recovered between Gathright and Chance, the actual Glock used in this homicide has not yet been recovered by law enforcement. Based on phone records, it was apparent that post-homicide, Gathright drove the Impala to conceal it at his family member's house in Polk County. Davian Murphy took the crews back to Jacksonville, and the other 3 defendants took an Uber. The iCloud warrant on Gathwright's phone also revealed that at about 1 p.m. on June 23 after the shootings, a user messaged 2 separate numbers while the group was at their errand in Tampa. One message read, "I'm coming home, my thirst is quenched. Pop a bottle of Don Julio today. Murphy." And the other message read, "I'm coming home, my thirst is quenched, I love you. Murphy." Both messages were sent from Gathwright's phone but attributed to a Murphy. Detectives believe the Don Julio tequila message is intended as disrespect to Jones, also known as Julio Foolio. Julio Foolio murder. 5th suspect in Jacksonville rapper's killing denied bond. Davian Murphy. The 5th suspect arrested in the shooting death of rapper Julio Foolio was denied bond. He was arrested earlier this month in Jacksonville after several months on the run, marking the 5th arrest in the murder case. The state is planning on seeking the death penalty in this case. According to court records, prosecutors filed a motion last week to deny bond for Davian Murphy, who was arrested earlier this month in Jacksonville after several months on the run. The state is planning on seeking the death penalty in his case. Who are the suspects? Investigators identified the shooters as Sean Gathright, 18, Rashad Murphy, 30, and Davian Murphy, who is now 28. Police described Isaiah Chance, 21, and Alicia Andrews, 21, as lookouts who followed Jones as he moved around Tampa to two clubs in the hours before the shooting. Rashad Murphy and Chance are documented members of two different gangs known as ATK and 1200. These gangs are both rivals to Jones' gang, 6 Block. What's next? Davian Murphy's trial date has not been set. Records show Alicia Andrews could stand trial this August, barring any delays. Sean Gathright, Isaiah Chance, and Rashad Murphy are tentatively scheduled to stand trial in April 2026. If you enjoyed from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content. Thanks for watching.